Free socks.
Put the needle on the record.
Finds Barrett. Get a shot up. This is for the win. Oh! It's good! Off the window! R.J. Barrett wins it for the Knicks!
All right, Knicks fans, you know what time it is. It's time for New York Knicks 3 and G. Oh, we had a bad loss last night, 117 to 113 over the under. Well, we didn't over or under. We got beat by the Utah Jazz. It was our first loss to a sub-500 team, and there was some glaring weaknesses yesterday that kind of you kind of saw you thought it was going to be coming because of the fact of what happened to Mitchell Robinson, but we were out-rebounded by Utah 53 to 46. We also gave up 15 offensive boards. We talked about it yesterday that the fact that without Mitchell Robinson, who has been an offensive rebounding machine at times, and his numbers have been astronomical in regards to grabbing the offensive boards, that we were going to suffer a little bit. We brought back Mr. Gibson again, but that's not going to do anything. I think I'm younger than him. He's just going to be a filler piece. It's going to be interesting to see how the Knicks fare on this road trip. If this was a loss, later in the road trip itself, I wouldn't take this so difficult. I wouldn't take this so to heart because of the fact that you could sit there and go, well, you know what? It's not that big of a deal because it only is technically a 4-game swing in some regards because you got the Suns, the Clippers, and the Lakers, and then you also got the Nets before we head back to MSG on December 23rd against the Bucks, and then we have a back-to-back with the Bucks on December 25th, of course, is on Christmas. So our schedule is not going to be conducive for us in some regards, and this type of loss, it just makes your head scratch for a minute. It was a bad loss too in some regards. The Knicks were up at some point by 17, they led by as much as 10, and then they trailed. Then they trailed by 17. Before they really came roaring back just to come up short 117 to 113. When we were in the bonus at one point in time, DiVincenzo needed to make both free throws to make it a one-possession game, but he made the first one and missed the second one. And it's just, and like I said, DiVincenzo had a good night as well, but it was just the fact that we just couldn't do things. We couldn't make the open shots. We couldn't secure the rebounds. We couldn't finish the game. And like I said, this is not a good Utah Jazz team itself. We wasted another excellent performance by Julius Rock the Mike by Randle with 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. He actually shot 14 for 23. Quickly came out and shot 6 for 8 for 15 points off the bench. So, like I said, but the rest of the Knicks combined for 20 of 63 for less than 32% on the field that night. Brunson shot 0 for 6 at one point from 3 and 11 for 16 from the free throw. R.J. Barrett had missed 13 of his 16 shots, including all 7 attempts basically down the stretch. It was the Julius Randle show that really kept us in this game. And like I said, the absence of Mitchell Robinson was really prevalent. Like I said, when we get out rebounded by the Utah Jazz 53 to 46 and gave up 15 offensive rebounds. Again, I mean, it's one of these things that if we look at it from a perspective, it's just, the Jazz. This is a game, like I said, this is the game. The next season has been a dichotomy of two teams. We struggle and play. Well, technically, we play hard and we play well, but we struggle to finish against good teams and we beat the bad teams. This was a bad team that we should have beaten. 100%. Not even close. But you had a series at one point in time, where you basically had Julius Randle, kick out a nice pass to Josh Hart, who was wide open on the left wing, and it was an opportunity to tie the game with seconds left, and he missed. But quickly, so got the rebound, got the offensive rebound, kicked the ball back out to Brunson, and then he missed. I mean, it was one of those things. Like I said, DiVincenzo was playing well. He had a chance to extend the game, to put it into overtime, had a clean look at a 3 and airballed it with less than, I believe, 15 seconds on the clock. I think it was under 15, but it was about 15 seconds left on the clock. Then he got another chance when we intercepted or stole the inbound pass, forcing a foul, and that's when he missed the 3 throws. Or I made the first one and missed the second one. DiVincenzo did. So this was a disappointing. This was an ugly loss. This was something that, it's the rebounding we got to fix. That's what it is. Thibodeau came right on and said, Mitchell is unique with his and rebounding in reference to his strength. So we have to do this collectively, particularly since we're not a big team, but we're a good team, good rebounding team. We got to make sure that we're putting our bodies on people, and we've got to go and fight for the ball. You can't allow missed shots to impact us in a negative way, because often at times you get into the offensively, you got stops, you got to get out into the open floor. You got to get the easy looks. And now all of a sudden you feel better and you can go and run like that. You help yourself. The rebounding we've got to fix. I mean, that to me that literally just says it right then and there. The rebounding we got to fix. Knicks travel, of course, to face the Phoenix Suns and their big three. Then the Los Angeles Lakers against LeBron. And then, like I said, we have to just wait to see what happens. We just got to wait to see what plays. I'm not going to be overly concerned about one loss yet, but it doesn't look good or bode well. If you want to look at this for the remainder of this 8 to 10 weeks without Mitchell Robinson, I didn't think the collapse of the offensive rebounding was going to be so prevalent so quickly. And I'm not talking about Emmanuel quickly. But like I said, we got to wait and see what happens. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to throw my hands up in the air, because you want to know what? This is the New York Knicks. We're going to figure it out. And as always, this is Tim. This is New York Knicks 3 and D, and I'm out of here.